Hey friend, so I have a secret for you. Before we become great vocalists, before we become amazing performers, before we become amazing singers, we have some prep work to do. Now what is that prep work? Come on, I'm gonna tell you now. Let's get right on into it. The first thing that we are going to do before we actually become great singers is, drum roll, we are not going to be afraid to make noise. Now this is obvious because we have to make noise. We're singers, right? And we have to produce a noise in order to sing. But that's not exactly what I mean. What I mean to not be afraid to make noise is not to... we aren't always going to make pretty noises. We aren't always going to sound great as singers, especially before we actually learn to sing. And a lot of our practices are gonna sound honestly crazy. I'm not even gonna hold you. We're gonna sound absolutely crazy, and everyone is gonna think that we're crazy, and they're gonna hate us. Maybe hate is a very strong word, but they're going to be very annoyed. Especially if you do it late at night like I do, because for some reason inspiration just comes late at night. When the world is asleep, I am up. But, yeah, back to the whole annoying noise thing. You cannot be afraid to make noise. Because the noises that we're going to make are going to be like, wah, wah, wah. Or, nay, 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 nay. Or even, I'm pretty sure you've seen it because she's been going viral. But yaw, yaw, yaw. We're going to raise our yaw, yaw, yaws. Heck, even if you're like me and you grew up on High School Musical, because, Sharpay was my girl. She was my girl. But that... actual exercises. Actual exercises. Exercises that I do now as someone who is learning to sing. Oh my god, especially those lip trills. Lip trills will save you. Ooh, what? Oh my goodness, I remember the days where I couldn't do lip trills. It would tickle my face so much that I would just have to stop. They would tickle my nose and I was like, ugh. Or I'll try to do a lip trill on a glissando. So and I would get to my passaggio or my passage where my voice would break and flip to the next register. Complete, no air. It would be like Jordan Sparks all over, no air. And I was like, girl, what is going on? And it took me just repeating these crazy noises and these crazy sounds and looking crazy. Even still to this day, I would literally be in a convenience store. Oh my goodness. And not to get too off topic, but the vocal trails are now my way of calming myself down. Oh my goodness. If I start feeling angsty or if I start feeling nervous. Once again, crazy. Literally crazy. But it helps calm me down. But to get back on topic. To get back on topic, we are definitely going to do this as the secret prep work. We are going to make sure that we get comfortable making noise, right? Because we're not going to have stage fright. We're going to get comfortable actually just making noise, getting used to the sound of our voice. Now the second thing, okay, that we are going to be working on as singers, you and I, is definitely working on our breath. Every vocal teacher, everyone says this. Everyone. And it gets annoying at some point, but it's so true. It is so true. To work on breathing. To work on your or yeah, ha 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 ha. Or even when I first started, I would sit on my toilet and just be like, and breathe, just breathe in, making sure I can feel all the muscles in my abdomen and in my back. I'm I need to be able to feel how they expand and how they contract and how to hold them. Oh my god, that was such a game changer when I actually started to feel what I needed to feel. Oh, I couldn't sing. I couldn't sing after that. If I reverted back to without it, it would hurt. It would hurt so much. I'm like, I'm not breathing, and it hurts. Oh my! And it took a really long time for like for me to remember those muscles. And sometimes I still forget it. Like sometimes I'll have to go back to the basics of just breathing and get my body like to be like, oh yeah, we've done this before. We know what we're doing, but it does not come like off the top of my dome. No, but it's such a game changer. It's such a game changer for when you learn how to breathe. Because when you learn how to breathe, you'll be able to actually get to the note. And not even get to the note. You'll be able to consistently stay on the notes with enough power. And you won't be like trickling off. You won't be... You'll just be... Because you can feel it. You know which muscles need to contract. You know how much air you should be releasing. Breathing, oh my goodness. Before we sing anything, this is definitely a big prep work that we need to do. It's just breathing. Trust me, when I like started taking my singing seriously before I got a teacher and before I started doing YouTube and all this, every day in the park, before I would even like vocalize, it would be for a whole minute, sometimes two. Oh, it was awful. It was awful. I would get so lightheaded. I hated doing breathing exercises. I did not like doing breathing exercises. But it was important, and I knew it was important. I was like, just because it's hard doesn't mean that it should stop me, right? But definitely, that is a secret prep work that we are going to do to become better singers. It's definitely work on our breaths. And the last thing that we are going to work on, friend, me and you together, is ear training. Ear training. It was so good I had to throw my pen. So before we even get to the notes, we gotta know like what scales are. What is the note? Like where's one? Because I know like when I started taking my lessons, I couldn't figure out where one is at. Or should I say C3? Just a major C chord. I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, my vocal teacher was just like, you're sharp. I was like, I'm sharp? What does that mean? I can't hear myself. I think I'm on the key. My ears were so all over the place. And to be honest, they still kind of are. I'm still very much working. I think it's always going to be a work in progress. My pitch is always going to be something that I'm working on. And that just means listening to. I say this so much, but a lot of singing is listening. A great singer is someone who can listen. So before we get up there and we start doing all these crazy riffs and all these crazy runs and we start belting to the gods and we start, singing up in the raptures, we'll get there. We will, definitely will, because we are working on it, right? But before we get there, we have to understand what's going on. We have to listen. We have to get our ears trained to know the sounds. So then it can then be produced throughout our body and out of our mouths. And it's just like, it's just words. It's such an important thing about singing. It's definitely ear training. Heck, I can even go as far as to say ear training is great for every musician. We all have to listen to the sounds that are being produced. And to be able to replicate it and to be able to make something that sounds pleasing to the ear. Right? Our ears have to identify what's going on. So it's definitely a skill, and a good one to learn at that. But honestly, that's all the secrets that I have today. And then we're going to go over them one more time, which is to not be afraid to make noise, right? We're going to work on our breathing. We're going to work on our tss and our ha-ha-has. Them good old staccato notes. And lastly, we're just also going to just listen. We're going to learn our scales. We're going to learn our notes by listening. We're going to listen to We're gonna listen to the people on, like, I want to say YouTube, but YouTube, podcasts, whoever you're listening to, whatever you're listening to. We're actually gonna take the time to understand what they're doing. We're gonna at least try our best, right? But that is everything that I have today. Those are all my secrets for you and me. Honestly, you and me. We are gonna aspire to be great singers with these secret prep work. And until next time, you got this. I got this. We got this together. We got this together. We got this together. I'm gonna not have a whole break dance because we're gonna be great. But I'm gonna see y'all later. Bye, guys.